Okay, so get this. Today we're going deep on conspiracy theories,
Oh, fun.
but not the kind that keep you up at night. More like the kind that make you laugh out loud.
Right, like, is that a thing type stuff.
Exactly. And we're getting all our material from, get this, the Maxwell and Michelle Show on Articulation Radio.
Oh, they always have some wild ideas over there.
Seriously. So we're going to dive into some of the most outlandish theories they came up with, along with their guest, Dr. Mary Jefferson. It's going to be a wild ride.
You know, it's funny though, right? Because even when these theories are totally off the wall, sometimes they like touch on real anxieties people have about the world.
Yeah, it's almost like they're holding up a funhouse mirror to like our deepest fears, like exaggerating them to the point of absurdity.
Exactly, but that's what makes them so entertaining. So what kind of crazy stuff did they come up with?
Okay, so strap yourself in because we've got everything from the moon being a giant light bulb to mind control via tacos.
Wait, what? Mind control tacos?
You heard that right. We'll get to that one. But first, let's tackle this whole moon light bulb theory.
All right, I'm intrigued.
So picture this, right? NASA's up there frantically trying to replace the burnt-out moon bulb before the world plunges into darkness. I mean, come on. How do they even get a bulbs that big up there?
It's such a funny visual, right? But it also kind of speaks to this like growing unease people have with technology and the idea that anything could be artificial, even something as like fundamental as the moon.
Right. Like, what if the new bulb they put in starts flickering?
What?
The total chaos, right?
Exactly. It taps into that primal fear we all have of the unknown and, the potential for things to go terribly wrong, especially when we're relying more and more on systems that we don't really understand. It's kind of like, remember Y2K? That whole thing was driven by a similar kind of anxiety just on a global scale.
Totally. Okay, so moving on. Next up is the theory about, wait for it, surveillance dogs.
Surveillance dogs? Like what? Dogs spying on us?
You got it, those cute, adorable puppy dog eyes. Well, according to this theory, they're actually high-tech cameras relaying every move we make back to the government.
Oh, wow. Okay, that's creepy.
Right. And it hits a little close to home, because I love my dog, but now I'm starting to wonder.
Right, but I mean, on a serious note, I think this theory really highlights our growing concern with surveillance and data privacy. We've got cameras everywhere, our phones are tracking us, and now even our pets are suspect.
It's like that whole Orwellian feeling of constantly being watched, except with a cute furry twist.
Yeah, it really makes you think, like, who can you trust these days? I mean, is anyone really on our side? Are we all just pawns in some big game?
Oh, and it gets even better. What if they're not just watching us? What if they're actually controlling us, too?
That brings us to the Taco Tuesday mind control theory, right?
That's the one. It's so out there, but it's also kind of brilliant. The idea is that there are, like, subliminal messages hidden in taco seasoning, compelling us to crave tacos every Tuesday.
Are you tired of Taco Tuesday taking over your life? What if I told you you didn't have to follow the crowd? For decades, the government and Big Taco have been conditioning you to obey, to follow, to surrender to the system. But no more. Introducing the Taco Tuesday resistance movement. We refuse to be manipulated by cumin and paprika-based propaganda. For just $9.99 a month, you can receive our anti-taco indoctrination kit, complete with unseasoned tortillas and a government-free salsa recipe. Join us at www.tacorevolution.org now, because if they control your tacos, what's next? Your burgers? Your fries? Wake up. Take back your Tuesdays. Take back your mind. Take back your freedom. Join us at tacorevolution.org before it's too late. Resist.
Taco Tuesday, an innocent tradition or a masterful psychological ploy. For years, we've indulged in this weekly ritual, blissfully unaware of its deeper implications. Experts suggest that the phrase Taco Tuesday is more than just a catchy slogan. It's a carefully crafted trigger embedded in our culture. Dr. Hardshell warns that the repetition of this phrase in commercials and social media is no accident. It's designed to condition our minds, making us crave tacos every Tuesday as if by command. But what lies beneath this craving? Could it be that taco seasoning contains compounds that subtly manipulate our desires, steering us toward compliance and consumerism? And consider this. If they can influence our taste for tacos, what else are we being conditioned to accept? The implications are staggering. As we dive deeper into this investigation, we must ask ourselves, are we truly in control of our choices, or are we mere puppets in a grand culinary experiment?
Yeah, I think this one speaks more to our desire for simple explanations, even if they're totally crazy than anything else. It's easier to blame some evil corporation than to think about like the complexities of thermodynamics or even something like global warming, which could also be playing a role in faster melting ice cream.
It's like we want a villain, someone to point the finger at when things go wrong.
Exactly. Gives us a sense of control, even if it's totally false.
Okay, so last but not least, buckle up for this one, the internet time trap theory.
Okay, lay it on me.
All right, so the theory is that every time someone from the future uses, let's say, Google,
Okay.
they leave a digital footprint, right? And the government is using this to track time travelers through their search history.
Whoa, what? That's wild.
Right, I know. But it's kind of fascinating, right? It's like a mix of science fiction and those real-world anxieties we have about data collection. And like the fact that everything we do online is basically permanent.
It's like a digital version of those butterfly effect stories. Even the smallest action can have huge, unforeseen consequences in the future.
Exactly. And what if, like, future historians are judging us based on our embarrassing Google searches?
Oh man, I never thought about that. What if our digital footprint becomes like a window into the past that we can never close?
Mind-blowing, right? So there you have it, folks, a whirlwind tour of some of the most outlandish conspiracy theories cooked up by the Maxwell and Michelle Show. What do you think, listeners? Which one was your favorite? Which one made you think the most? And even though these theories are totally meant to be funny, do they tap into any real anxieties you have about the world?
It's easy to dismiss these theories as silly, but I think they actually tell us a lot about ourselves. Like, they show how much we crave explanations for things, even if they're completely illogical. We love to find patterns, even when they don't really exist. It's just part of being human, I guess.
Absolutely. And in a world where we're constantly bombarded with information, it's more important than ever to, be able to think critically and question what we see and hear. Don't just believe everything you read on the internet, people.
Right, and always double-check those sources. You never know, they could be part of the conspiracy.
Haha, exactly. So next time you find yourself going down a conspiracy theory rabbit hole, remember to have a laugh, but also remember to engage that critical thinking part of your brain. Well, and maybe keep an eye on your dog just in case. You never know.
Right, those puppy dog eyes could be watching you.
Exactly. Hello,